here with Ben Tomaso, and we are in Dogtown, Ellensburg. You might hear some dogs barking, chirping. But Ben has an awesome project coming up. It's a grain silo build he's doing. When did you get this silo?
Well, I guess we'll go back to the first one. The first one I got locally from a farmer here, and so I disassembled it at the farm and then rebuilt it at the place I'm at now. So with that, I thought, oh, it'd be easy. On the second build, I'll just find another one.
Yeah,
not the case. I
farmland.
drove around for 3 weekends straight, knocking on farmers' doors, and it was just no. So then when my plans got approved, I was kind of under the gun and like, oh shoot, I don't have a silo. So I Sioux Silo, which is S-I-O-U-X, one of the brands. There's a bunch of brands. You can buy them new. You can buy everything, a kit, brand new bolts, everything.
Quick, let's talk about this rebar detail.
Yeah.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, so the whole thing had to be engineered because the city had never really seen anything like it. So I got a hold of an engineer who had done one before, and this is what they came up with. So you have kind of 2 bottom rails and 2 upper rails, and I figured out that it's easier if you just weld the uprights in.
Okay.
And that way, because with the wire ties, there's still a lot of slop.
Sure.
So I went through one day and I welded up all the uprights at 16 on center. And then from there, I could set the top course and then the mat for the slab on that.
Anything on this one that you didn't do coming out of the hole on the first one?
The first one was a lot better ground, so I hand dug it, or Jesse and I hand dug it.
Okay.
This one I used that little mini, which worked out really well.
Yeah.
Because that is, you can see it's an earthen dam or an earthen form. So
Sure.
we'll just pour it in and leave it.
Yeah.
Another detail that's kind of hard is the plans call for 2 inches of foam, but this inside wall has a slight angle to it.
Yep.
And so you kind of have to shave the ground and then get that rigid foam to bed. And then on top of the mat for the slab, then you can see I just attached the import heat. So
Today we're going to be headed back to Ben Tomaso's to check the status on the concrete and see where he's at with framing.
I'm just kind of going through and knocking down any of the kind of hairs, I guess you call them.
Sure.
I got the second floor decked, and I got 2 coats of polyurethane on it to kind of protect it through the building process. And then I'll go back through in the end and finish it off with a 3rd coat.
The stairs are in, floor joists are in, 4x8 Dougfir number 1s, and 1x6 tongue and groove pine for the decking is being laid. And I did hear Ben's silo arrived to Washington.
When I go to assemble the rings, so next week I'll bring the silo jacks, and they're kind of like an A-frame. We'll bolt the first ring together, crank it up, slip the 2nd and 3rd rings under, and by that time we should be up just past the 2nd floor. And once we're past the 2nd floor with the 3rd ring, then we'll assemble the roof, so you'll have something to stand on. This is the original cap. I plasma cut it out and then curled this up so that it'll accept this skylight. So I'll have all this prepped so that when I'm building the roof, I can just plug it on.
So tell me, how do you get like your entry door and your standard windows, how do you frame those into a radius structure?
So what I'll do is I'll mock it up. So I'll take, when I'm assembling the exterior, I'll bring the door in and I'll hold it up and I'll scribe out where I want it. And then I got a little plasma cutter, a little 110 volt plasma cutter, and I'll just put up a level as a guide, and I'll zip it open. I had this made at Western Metal, and I just kind of put a little eyebrow over it.
Drip edge, yeah.
Yep, and then I screwed that into the framing, and then this is where I zipped out the edge on with the plasma cutter, and then for framing I just held a 2x6 up
Flush
and then to the face of it, and then built the jam.
Got it.
And framed it in with, and same thing on the windows.
Right.
And really same thing on the portholes.
No issues with water penetration,
No.
nothing like that.
No.
Yeah.
And then I just sealed. So the bottom I caulked on the inside, and then you have spray foam. You have 4 inches of foam, and then I caulked the outside, so
Cool.
no bugs or
Awesome.
anything.
Yeah, it totally looks weather tight.
Somewhere along the line I'd seen, I think it's called shogibon or shogibon. It's a Japanese method of preserving wood, and it works best with cedar, but it really works on anything. So you literally just hit it with a weed torch
Okay.
and burn it black, and it brings out the tannins in the wood,
So
which
that
are
means
preservative.
You don't have to clear coat it then.
No.
It's done.
Yes.
A good weight off your shoulders? or-
Yes, I'm relieved to be done. Kind of sick of looking at it. I'm proud of it, but
Yeah.
that's just how projects go. You know
Yeah,
what I
it
mean?
is.
It's like,
Gorgeous build.
thank you.
And it's going to be an awesome Airbnb, I
Yeah.
think, for you.
Yeah, I'm
So,
gonna try it out, and hopefully they'll enjoy it.
how was it working with us on this?
It was good. I was, getting all the timbers and stuff, the joists and stuff inside. Getting the MDF shiplap was clutch. I was kind of explaining to her what I wanted
Yeah.
without knowing it, and
Yeah.
she was able to be like, "Oh, you want shiplap?" Because I was asking if they made something flexible that could make that curve, and so
She kind
was
of came up with that
sharp
idea.
enough. She did, yeah. I mean, everything. I got the
Yeah.
drywall and all that stuff from you guys. So.
Yeah. Well, it turned out great. Thanks again for taking us on
Yeah.
this journey. So
Thank you,
appreciate it, Ben.
for sure.